All right. Welcome back to the afternoon session. Well, welcome back to the webinar series. This is the afternoon session of our webinar series for our faculty and staff. You're still with us. You hopefully you will be with us until the end of our session. We have two sessions this afternoon, and as usual, this is Discovering Connections, Connecting Discoveries, where we will learn about our online databases, our UP system-wide access to our online databases. This afternoon, we will start our session with Taylor and Francis. But before that, I'd like to remind you of our webinar mechanics as usual. We will be recording each session for documentation, evaluation, and dissemination purposes. Questions will be collected via the Pigeonhole link, which we will post later on, and shall be answered during the Q&A portion at the end of each session. The feedback form will also be provided once this session ends. Finally, digital certificates will be given to participants from the UP system who have successfully registered, participated, and answered the feedback evaluation form. All right. So once again, welcome back to the webinar series. This is the afternoon session. I'm Aiza Palaya from the University Library. And joining us this afternoon, of course, is the head of the Information Services and Instruction section, Ms. Rizalyn Hanyo. We have Top and Angel on board as well. And of course, our Information Services and Instruction section team are joining us this afternoon. So if you have questions about our topic this afternoon, we encourage you to post them on our Pigeonhole link, or perhaps the chat box if you're not able to toggle between your Zoom window and Pigeonhole. So that's all right. Okay. So as I have mentioned, we are going to know more about Taylor and Francis. If this is your first time to hear about Taylor and Francis, then this is a good opportunity for you to learn about this very famous and widely used database, especially in our institution, right? So Taylor and Francis online brings together over 2,700 journals, including the world's most extensive program of social science and humanities journals published by Routledge, cutting-edge theoretical and applied science, technology, and medicine content from Taylor and Francis and Cogent OA, a suite of broad-spectrum open access journals. Journals on this platform support free access and more traditional subscription routes to publication. So to lead this session is the Senior Marketing Executive at Taylor and Francis Group. She takes care of marketing support for the Asia Pacific region and is based in Singapore currently. She has a degree in business management and communications from the University of Birmingham, UK, and she enjoys traveling and writing in her free time. Let's all welcome Miss Pliny Lim.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Pliny, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for the introduction. I'm going to share my screen again, just to be sure that everybody can see. Sorry, can one of the hosts maybe let me know if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so thank you for the introduction. Yes, I take care of marketing support for libraries and institutions in the APAC region. And also on this call with me today, we have Ms. Lily Pui, who is the Journal Sales Manager of the Southeast Asia market, including the Philippines, and she may help me with some of the questions towards the end of the session as well. So in today's session, we'll be covering the following agenda. So about Taylor and Francis as a publisher, our products and our authors a little bit, and then about the platform. And at the end of the session, we will have some for question and answer. So for the benefit of those who are new to Taylor and Francis, here's a bit about Taylor and Francis as a publisher before I go into details of how to use the platform. So about Taylor and Francis, Taylor and Francis Group is part of the Informa PLC, which operates of knowledge and information economy, which is one of the world's leading businesses in intelligence, publishing, business, publishing and events businesses. So we have more than 6,500 employees globally, and we have a presence in all major geographies, including North America, South America, Asia, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Taylor and Francis has been publishing since 1798, and we are the academic publishing division of Informa. We publish in all areas of humanities, social sciences, technology, and medicine as well. So this is an infographic about some interesting numbers about Taylor and Francis. Our journals and ebooks platforms are visited more than 277 million times a year. Our journals platform, Taylor and Francis Online, 4.5 million articles, and our ebooks platform has over 145,000 ebooks. More than 2,300 of our journals are indexed on Scopus, and more than 930 are ranked top 25%. So a bit about our content. Earlier, Isa mentioned as well that we have over 2,700 journals, and we also have the world's largest program of social science and humanities journals published by Routledge, which is what UP System has subscribed to. We also have cutting-edge theoretical applied science, technology, and medicine content, as well as Cogent OA, which is a broad spectrum of open access journals. Over 600 of our journals are also published in partnership with renowned societies and associations. What you're looking at on the screen right now is the largest collection of social sciences and humanities, the library that we have, which provides an excellent foundation for research and teaching in 14 fields of studies. There are more than 1,450 journals in this collection, over 950,000 articles. Also, our open access journals. We offer a range of options to help support open access at your university as well. Our open access memberships and research dashboard provides solutions to support researchers in publishing open access. Researchers have a choice of publishing in one of our fully open access journals or in one of our 2,300 OA hybrid journals. We also have a growing open access books program as well. A little bit about books. We publish on average 7,000 new books each year for all levels of academic study across a wide range of subjects and disciplines, including humanities, social sciences, behavioral science, law, the built environment, as well as natural science, technology, and medicine. Social sciences and humanities books come under the Routledge imprint, and science, technology, and medical books are under CRC Press. This tree map here shows a breakdown by subject area, the 145,000 ebooks that are being hosted on our ebooks platform. And at a glance, these are the links to our digital platforms that host our journals, books, and ebooks respectively. And of course, today we'll be focusing on the journal's content of Taylor and Francis books, Taylor and Francis Group. These are some of our prominent authors. Some you may find familiar. Charles Darwin is an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist, best known for his contributions to the science of evolution. Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany. Syed Hussein Alatas, who was a Malaysian sociologist, founder of social science organizations, and a politician. He was also the Vice Chancellor of the University of Malaya. and Jason Pomeroy, an architect of energy efficient building. Pomeroy Studios also designed the Gramercy Sky Park in Makati City, which was completed in 2013. These are some journals that feature authors from the Philippines. And I recognize that some of you may be familiar with publishing at Taylor and Francis, because in the last 4 years, we also have about 200 articles that have been published by authors based in the University of the Philippines at your various campuses. So now I'll talk more about the platform, Taylor and Francis Online. Our platform is constantly being refreshed and improved by our digital team to make sure that research discoverability stays at the forefront of this online experience. Adapting to the needs of users, we have made important updates over the last year to make accessing the latest research even more straightforward, like advanced search, changes to journal pages, headers, and improved metrics visibility, which I will go into more details in a short while. This is to show that the platform is fully responsive to all devices and screen sizes. So if you're looking at our platform on your tablet or your mobile phone, it will automatically adjust to fit your screen. So now that I've gone through a bit about the platform, a bit about Taylor and Francis as a publisher, I'm going to move to show you the platform. Okay. So this is the actual site, Taylor and Francis Online, tnfonline.com. And this is the homepage of the platform. So earlier I mentioned that we host about 4.5 million articles on this platform. And this number here, this is actually dynamic and is constantly being updated every 24 hours. So this number of articles will change. So basically the platform hosts peer-reviewed journal articles only. Peer-reviewed journals are a subset of scholarly journals that undergo a peer review process where the author submits to the journal and the article goes before a board of peers that evaluate the content prior to publication. And on this homepage, one of the first things you'll see is the search bar here in the center of the screen. And that allows you to speedily search the entire site using keywords, authors' names, DOI, article titles, and journal titles. After you enter certain keywords, or you enter your keyword, you should also see this pop-up that shows you certain, perhaps the subject areas or the journal titles or authors' names that you might be looking for. There's also an advanced search button here that shows you a bit more information about how to search platform using keywords. So before we start any, I usually recommend for users to, sorry, let me move away this from my screen, to sign in first. So, okay, I'm currently signed in at the moment, so I'm going to sign out to show you what it looks like to sign to this platform. Okay, so at UP, I understand that there is a single sign-on service via Open Athens, and this means that you can go through the library website, key in your details there, and then access the databases from there. Alternatively, this is also where you can click to see a single sign-on, the verification. So on here, I sign on using my own email address, but you can also access this database through your institution, which is this button here. And what you do is you can just key in your institution's name. And here you can click on and then sign in using your Open Athens account. for me. And alternatively, you can also use your email address and just sign in directly. So I recommend for users to sign on is because you will gain access to several research tools that are available only to account holders. So for example, there are some features that are designed to assist you in your research. For example, making it easier for you to discover and access content that you saved during your searches or the last few journal articles that you've been looking at. You can also have remote access to your institutional subscription for up to 3 months if you have already logged on campus before, and as well as alerts and new content citation alerts as well. So after logging in, there are a few ways to go about doing your research. You can either click on a subject area on the front, on the bottom half of the homepage here, click on a subject area and look at all the articles within that subject area. There is also using keywords here to search. So you can also search as a phrase. For example, you can narrow down your search based on the keywords that you use, and then using Boolean operators, which are words such as and, or not, and they can either broaden or narrow your search. And so in the exact order you type them in with no other words in, basically, I'll do an example. For example, let's say I were to search business communications. So by keying in keywords like this, you are searching for the word business and the word communication anywhere, which may be relevant to this topic. So if I were to put in these two keywords first, you can see here that it returned 144,000 results, which is a lot to filter through. So if you're looking for a phrase, business communications in particular, I can put in these open and close inverted commas here. And you can see that the number of search results have dropped dramatically. So now that we have included these quotation marks, we can use other techniques to narrow that down further.
Sorry, my fault.
Sorry, can you hear me? I'm not sure if... Okay, so did I miss anything so far? Was I talking while I was on mute?
A bit. Can you go back to perhaps the last sentences that you just said?
Okay. So I was talking about using Boolean operators for these two keywords, business and communications. So by including these quotation marks here, I'm actually searching my search results for this phrase, business communication. So they will only be when the search results will only show when these two words are combined together. And after including these keywords, I can add on my Boolean operators to narrow that down further. So for example, I'm looking for business communication, and we want to include perhaps the words cross-cultural. I can add in the word and put in cross-cultural. And now my search results would combine the terms business communications and cross-cultural at the same time. So these search results that we're looking at now would have only these two keywords in these phrases. So that's what we are looking at, the 71 search result. Sorry, 303. Okay, so another Boolean operator we can use is the word not. So for example, after putting in these two keywords already, I can on the keyword not. And perhaps I'm looking at, in this case, we are interested in business communication and cross-cultural, but I'm not interested in it as it relates to the music industry. So I can include the word music under, so I can include not and music. So you can see here, I've included a little asterisk next to the word music. And what this does is that it includes any words that are related to music. So for example, the words musician, musical, these are all included in this exclusion as well. So this will eliminate any article that mentions the word music, musical, or musician anywhere in the article. So you should keep in mind that when using this not operator, it is possible that you are eliminating potential search results that may be still relevant to your search. So now we can add on let's do an example of the not operator. So let's say we're interested in business communication and either cross-cultural or, like we have noticed in a few of the search results here, we've noticed the word perceptions a lot. So we can look at, instead of just adding all to your search here, you can add perceptions. You can add a bracket between for on the sides of these two words, which is cross-cultural and perception. So what this does is it creates a nested search, and keywords, a nested search will search for any of the keywords or phrases within this nested parentheses only. So here I'm looking for articles which relates to either cross-cultural or perceptions within the business communication as a key area of the research. So here we will see articles and search results that shows business communications which relates to the word cross-cultural, or business communications which relates to the words to the keyword perception. So this means that only these two keywords, cross-cultural and perceptions, are interchangeable. So this is an example of how to use the Boolean operators. Okay. Now let's go back to, let's take a look at search results. Sorry, are you all still seeing my screen? Because I can't tell. Can everyone hear me now?
Yes, Queen.
Okay, sorry, because I'm just looking at the chat now. I'm on my screen, so I'm not looking at the main chat. So if there's anything, I think maybe the host, can you please let me know by unmuting yourselves? Thank you. Okay, so now that we've gone through that, we can talk a bit about the access types that are shown on this platform. So how you can tell whether or not you have access to the content, you can click on show content I have access to only. So, sorry, let me log in again. So we can see here, show content that I have access to only. And if you click on this, it will show you all articles that you can see fully only, so full access. And this is indicated by this tick at the side. This green tick means that you can see that your institution is subscribed to all these articles and you can see them in full. You can also click on show only open access, and it will only show you search results that are fully open access, and this is indicated by this lock symbol at the side of each search result. And further down here, we can look at subjects. So from my search results here, I can still narrow down my search further by including a subject area that I'm looking at only. So perhaps I'm only the education subject area. I can click on that. And the search results will be further and narrowed down. I can also look at published in, and this would show me journal titles. Journal titles that have all these that have related search results under them, and I can just click on this journal, or if you know a journal that you're looking for, you can key in the journal's name here and search it so that you can limit your results further. There's also publication date, where you can see in the last year, in the last 6 months, or in the last 3 months, articles that were published within these publication dates. Okay. So from here, now that we've gone through all these searches, you can download your citations by using these radio buttons here. So if let's say you're looking at more than one article, you can actually click on more than one and then click on download citations. Or if you want to save this article to your computer, you can also download PDFs. So you can download more than one article at a time. And then now that we've gone through the Boolean operators, and perhaps you were looking at your search results for some time and you want to stop for the day and you want to come back to this later on, you can also save this search by clicking on the Save This Search button. This pop-up is going to come out and you can name this search here. You can also set alerts, for example, daily, weekly, or monthly, that if new articles are being added and they are related to these keywords and fall into your search parentheses, then they will send you an email notification for that as well. By clicking on this export search results here, key article metadata for each search result will be included within a CSV download. And that will include the article title, the author's names, journal information, publication date, the DOI, article URL. So that would then save the results that we are looking at here into a CSV file, and you can come back to it anytime. So let's say we'll look at one journal. So this is what a journal homepage looks like. The title of the journal, the access type will also be shown. And if the journal has high impact factor, it will be indicated here under the journal metrics. So under citation metrics, you see here there's an impact factor indicated here. They will also indicate the citations through CiteScore, SNIP, and JS, as well as the usage of this journal. And on the home page above here, it also shows us these buttons on the top. Submit an article would be for authors who have decided that they want to submit to this journal. And you can set up new content alerts here as well to be notified when there are new articles or issues being published. And if you have signed into your account, this will add the journal to your content alerts and direct you to the Manage Alerts page. So let's say I were to click on this, it will bring me here to the Manage Alerts page, and you can see here, language and intercultural communications being added. And currently my alerts are being set to daily. You can also set it to weekly and monthly. And if you've decided that you're done with that journal, you can also delete it from the alerts so that you no longer receive emails from TFO regarding this journal. Okay, back to the journal's homepage. There's also a citation button here. that would help you to search through this journal through using the volume, the issue, and the start page here. And if you scroll down, now this top bar is actually fixed top. So you can continue to scroll down, and at any point you can click on current issue or browse list of issues. This actually helps when you are looking at the platform using your tablet or your mobile phone, where everything is just scaled smaller and the scroll is quite long. So this would help. And also, if you click on explore, it would show you the most read articles, most cited articles, and the open access articles within this journal as well. One more thing I wanted to talk about, under journal metrics, if you're looking to submit to this journal, you can also see here the speed of the acceptance when you submit to this journal. So how long it takes for your article to be published by the journal, the review periods and things like that. Okay, so now that I've gone through everything for the journal, I will go back to the article page. One more thing to show you about journals, the journal homepage would be this new update here that was released as of December last year. The journals are now being sorted by section, so you can browse by section here. Clicking on the drop-down button, you can filter the issue to show articles that belongs to a particular or specific section only. So this is the feature for browse by section. There's also the display order. You can filter by the most read article, the most cited article, and that helps you to go through the journal more quickly as well in your research. So now let's look at one article. Perhaps I can use, where's my, okay, let's look at one article here. So looking at the article's homepage, within the article page on TNF Online, you will see the title of the article at the top. And then on the side, how many views, how many cross-reference citations, and the L-metric numbers. You should also see the author's names. So by hovering over, you should see where they are publishing from. And if you click on their names, you should see their other works as well. The download citation button here, which would show you how to cite this article at the bottom. And you can also click on the citation for the contents by downloading the full citation for the article. There's also a check for updates button here. And this will show you any future updates that are currently being scheduled already. But for this particular article, the document is current. As of December last year, there was also an update to now include keywords at the bottom of each abstract. So if you're looking at a particular keyword in perhaps business communications, we can click on that again and bring us back to a new search. So let me go into an article again. So looking at the article homepage, on the first tab, you see the full article, and then we see figures and data. So if there are any figures and data within this article, it will be displayed here. There are also references that this article has used, and also metrics. So let me go to an article that has some metric numbers that we can look at. Okay, perhaps I'll use this one. So see the number of views for this article and the L metric numbers here, 22. So looking at the articles here, there's this L metric donut. Basically what the L metric numbers tell you is how many times the article has been mentioned online before. And this L metric donut, when you click on it, it will also tell you where these mentions are coming from. So we can see here, Russia, Canada, United States. So these are the details that will be shown under the metrics, under the L metric donut. So if your institution is subscribed, for example, this one we have full access to, you can just click on the PDF button and choose to save the article to your computer for as long as you like. There is also a share button on the side here that would allow you to quickly share this article and all the details via email, or you can share it to Facebook, Twitter, and any other social media platform that you may choose. If you go back to the main article page, the full article tab, you should also see a listen button here. So what this listen button does, allows you to listen to the article in an audio version. So there are controls here that you can use to navigate this listen button. You can also download it and save it to your device so that you can listen to it on the go. We now also have this new updated feature where it allows you to read related articles for further reading. And this aims to increase engagement and encourage continued interaction with TFO articles. Basically, it makes it easier for users to find highly related research. And this splits it into 3 tabs. People also read, which lists articles that other readers who have gone to this article, they continue to read articles that are related to this particular research. There's also recommended articles, which will find matching and highly related content based on textual content for other articles, like keywords, the key phrases that they use when they search, and scientific terms. There's also cited by, which lists articles that have referenced and cited similar articles in their research. One last thing I need to talk about would be the open access journals and where you can find them. So to see all fully open access content, you can scroll down on this platform and click on Taylor and Francis Open Access Journals and Publishing. And here you can click on Open Journals to see all fully open access journals. Open Select would mean that they are hybrid journals. They have some open access articles and some by subscription basis. And one last feature would be the help and contact section at the bottom of the page. By clicking this help and contact, you should be able to see here some frequently asked questions and some topics related to perhaps certain things that you can contact our customer service department for. And if you still don't see what you need, you can click on contact support. And here you can put in your customer type, your priority, basically. So if it's high priority, if you need an answer urgently, and also you can put in what you need help for. And continue your request to ask your question. Okay. So I have introduced the platform now. If you might have any questions related to the platform while I'm still on this page, perhaps I can take some questions. Sorry, now I will go to the chat to see.
I'm also looking at the chat box, but as of the moment, there are no questions yet. Perhaps
Okay.
it's because the discussion has been clear so far. So the audience was able to keep up with your discussion.
Yeah, perhaps if there are any sections that I can go back and explain again, please let me know as well.
Sure. Let's just wait. Maybe our participants are still constructing their questions. We have our first question from Miss Euphemia Tere. Do you provide full article for open access journals?
Yes, of course. Full articles, fully open access. So like what I mentioned earlier, perhaps let me show you again how you can find fully open access articles. I'm using this keyword, business communication. And if you click on show only open access, or actually even if you don't, looking at this this symbol here, this lock symbol, this would mean that this article is fully open access. So you can see the articles in full, yes.
Is it possible to have access to this even if they don't have, for example, they don't have a subscription in their institution?
Yes, so open access is for everyone.
Okay, all right. I think that's clear for everyone. Let me just check if there are questions. There's one question from the Pigeonhole.
Okay.
Let me just quickly read it. How many articles can we download? Maybe they want to know the limitation to the number of articles they can download at a time, perhaps.
At a time. So if let's say we are looking at back to our results page for these for this download PDFs, let's say you want to download everything on your search result, you can download up to 20 PDF files at a time and they'll be saved into a zip folder. But if let's say it's over maybe a span of a few minutes and you are just really reading the article and downloading them, there is no limit as long as the institution is subscribed.
All right. So if you're going to download at least 20 PDFs, maybe downloaded at that time.
Yeah, at a time, meaning from this results page, you're just clicking the radio buttons like this, going down to download everything. That's 20 at a time. But if you're reading them over, not downloading all at one go, you're downloading them as PDF files, perhaps from my screen right now. This PDF button here. There's no limit as long as the institution is subscribed.
Okay. All right. Maybe they're worried about or they're concerned about what we call systematic downloading, because there are cases wherein students download excessively and then they get this notification that they can no longer download. We usually have to wait 2 hours. We have to wait for the 2-hour window to pass before we can download again. In some instances that happens. So I guess that's what they are concerned about.
There is a threshold for that, from what I understand, but it's usually if you're downloading thousands within like a few minutes,
right,
this thing happens. But on normal usage, that very seldom that doesn't happen.
Right. And it's very suspicious, right? To be downloading.
Yeah, so if it's by the second, that's why I think then there will be like kind of it locks up for 2 hours. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, just for our audience, for our participants, just be mindful about your download. There's no need to download 1,000 if you're not going to use them anyway. So just download what you need. I guess that's the key to it. So there's another question here. I think allow me to just share my screen so you can also see the.
Okay, I will stop sharing.
All right, so let me just share my. Okay, so we already answered the first question. Let me read the next one. I think I haven't completed my registration before, personal registration. When I check now, it says the link has expired or is invalid. Please contact TFO support to complete your registration. What could this mean, this message mean?
Oh, if it has expired, could you then try to create an account again? Or is it locked, as in the email address is no longer valid for sign up? Perhaps could you help me with that information? Then maybe I can expedite or send it to highlight it to whichever team that needs to take this on.
All right. Maybe we can wait for the participant who asked this question to elaborate on the issue.
So there are two ways. It's either if, let's say, the email address is not in use yet, you should be able to restart the whole process again. But if not, then I can help to highlight it to the customer service department and see what they can do.
Okay. So the participant can simply create a new one. Is that right? Is that correct?
Yeah, as long as the email address is not used yet, so that they can continue using that same email address. Yes.
Okay. All right. But if not, maybe there's a technical issue or
yeah, and I can help with that too.
Okay. All right. So let's wait for our participant to elaborate on that. But let's move on to the next question while waiting for the participant. Can we share the DOI link to someone who is not part of the institution?
You can share the DOI link, but if, let's say, they are not on campus or they are not verified using a single sign-on or their own account, they may not be able to open the article.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Obviously, you can share the DOI link because that's a generic link, right? That's the link to a particular article or resource, but there will be limitations in terms of downloading it because the person you are sharing it with should also have access or should be an authenticated user. Okay. All right, so let's go to the next one. My email is still valid in the TNDF Online. Okay. I'm not sure if this is the follow-up to the
It looks like it. So if it's still valid, does that mean that then they can sign up? They can sign up again since the email is still available for signing up. So I think you might be able to just redo the process again and sign up again for your own account.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Queenie. Let me just go back to the chat box. Maybe we can address some. There's one question here. Is it possible searching if I have the DOI link pasted in the URL? Can I access the full text even if I am not logged in, assuming I am a registered user?
The DOI in the search box, it works. Assuming I'm a registered user, then yes. So as long as you have signed up and logged on. So if, let's say, you signed up using your email address, you have to take note that you have to sign in on campus first. So if you have not signed into your account on campus, then you don't have that 90-day period where you can access the platform from a remote location. You will have to go through open access or your VPN. So yes, you can access full text when you are from a remote location, as long as you are verified through open access or your personal account. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. So I believe that's the end of our question and answer portion, unless there are other questions before we end the session. Any other additional questions that you might want to ask Queenie while she's still here? Right. So on my end, there are no more questions, and we already addressed all of them. So I guess that ends our session this afternoon. The first session this afternoon. That was quick. That was a quick session. Yeah, but this usually happens when the presentation is clear. We don't have a lot of questions to ask or follow up. So
I'm
thank you,
glad. Thank
PC,
you.
for that very clear, short, but very succinct and very, how do you say it, informative um, session, because Taylor and Francis is very commonly used in UP. So probably that's why many of us are already familiar with the interface and how to download and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But then again, as I always say, if you have questions, you can contact your librarian in your local CU. And then if we cannot resolve it on our end, then perhaps we can forward it to the Taylor and Francis team so they can resolve the issue. Okay? So just always contact your librarian for questions regarding access or non-access. Okay, so thank you again to all of you from the Taylor and Francis team for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you so much
And
for hosting the session.
all right, and of course, we'd like to thank the whole team of the Information Services and Instruction section for being with us this afternoon. All our participants, our faculty and the staff. We have one more session before this webinar series comes to a close. So please be with us at the on the next session later today. Please join us so we can all how do you say it, learn one more time uh, about another important online database, which is JSTOR. Okay, so again, this is Isa Palaya from the University Library, thanking you for joining us this afternoon, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, take care, stay safe.
Thank you.
The evaluation form is already posted, so please make sure to accomplish that as well. Thank you.